Dad's gone and Mom's trying to make sure she can watch.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because she doesn't have a Facebook.
Okay. Oh, God. Glad nobody was watching. Okay. I'm gonna scoot back. Once we get people... Oh, there's one person watching. Yay. Okay. Maybe we'll scoot a little. You can stay back there, but yeah, that's good. That's good. But yay! Samantha has joined. Hi, Sam. Your mom is on Instagram. Yay! We'll wait a couple minutes to try to get a few more people watching. There were several who were interested, so I believe that maybe just running a little bit late.
No, not right now.
Stormy wants to be part of the exercise too.
While we're waiting.
Okay, we've got a couple more viewers.
Good girl.
I think.
Stay. Storm. Stay. Storm, you're not helping.
No, don't drink my coffee. That's the biggest sin in this house.
Like with dogs.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and start explaining what we're going to be doing today. Oh, what was that?
A screw.
Oh, no. That's not good.
It's just the one that holds the seat to the frame, so the frame should be okay.
Hopefully it doesn't break underneath me. If I randomly fall, we'll all know what happened. And I have a piano bench that I'll use. Actually, I'm going to switch to the piano bench.
Let's do that.
Okay. Hi, Amy. Yay, we've got a handful of people watching. Okay, so what we're going to be doing this morning is some light exercise from your seat. I recommend, you can do this from your couch. I do recommend either sitting in seats kind of like we are that don't have a back and especially don't have sides. We're going to be using our arms and we're going to be extending from where we're seated. But if you don't have that option, then this will work from the couch or from whatever. Got some oh, there's someone from Brazil tuning in on Instagram. Cool. So get a good seat where you can you can easily move and you have some area around you. Throughout this time, Eric is going to be your model. So some of the movements I won't be able to do while I'm playing. So if you are getting lost or you're not sure what to do or how exactly to follow along, he'll He'll be your model there, my lovely assistant. And we're going to be utilizing a neurologic music therapy technique called patterned sensory enhancement. So this is a technique that that utilizes three major music elements to enhance movement. So there's rhythm, there is force, and there is temporal cues. So the rhythmic cues are going to be I'll talk more about this as we're going through. I'll give you more examples as we're playing our songs here. But your rhythmic cues are going to be, so this is the rhythm that you might be doing an exercise to. I'm also using force cues, which are the dynamic cues. So I'm going to be playing louder on movements that are when you are contracting muscles rather than releasing them, because the contraction of muscles is going to be harder. So you're going to get a little more force in your muscle and in the music. And then your what did I say? I said rhythmic, force, temporal cues. So okay, so that's going to be how fast or slow the music is based on the movement that we're doing. Thank you for just being here.
You're welcome.
And like I said, I'll give some examples as we're going through. It'll make a little bit more sense. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to start out with some marches. And how this will work is we'll demonstrate the, oh, it got real dark for a second. Okay. We'll demonstrate the movement, and then I will add the music, and then I'll start singing, but continue the movement. Again, if you get lost or you're not sure what to do, Eric is your man. So we're going to start with alternating knees coming up. So up and down, up and down. A little bit slower, up and down. Good. Up and down. Up and down. When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. If I ever, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's savoring you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down to. Up and down. I was hoping you were going to sing along. When I'm working, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. When the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. If I grow up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down to.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay, so that's a little bit of a warm-up there. We're going to be moving on to another leg exercise. Actually, should we do another leg one, or should we move to the arm and then come back to the legs?
Let's do the arms and then
Okay.
leg.
So we're going to do arms, actually, just kidding. And then we'll come back to some leg lifts, but this arm exercise is actually going to include 3 different exercises. Once I get my music up. We've got a lot more people joining us. Hi, Catherine and Daniel, Tyler, and Lindsay. It's awesome to see everybody here. And then I think we've got a few people on Instagram joining us too. I can't quite see. It's a little bit harder. So for those who are just now logging on with us, we are utilizing a neurologic music therapy technique called pattern sensory enhancement, and this uses 3 major musical cues or musical elements to help enhance movement. This is typically used in a rehabilitation setting, particularly with individuals who have experienced stroke, TBI, or some other like Parkinson's, some other movement disorder, to help kind of regain movement or help strengthen movement that they might already have. But it also works for everybody. So our next, let's see, I think it was this song. Yes, I believe it was this song. So our next movement, there's actually going to be 3. We're going to be starting with some shoulder lifts. So you're going to want to stay almost like goal from here, and then going straight up and then back to here. So this is going to work your shoulders a lot. So keep in mind, you are the expert in you and you're the expert in your body. So if something just doesn't feel right, just stop, give it a break, or try another exercise. You know, you can get creative with this too. Make sure that you're breathing through all of this. And if you have had a shoulder injury or any other injury, really, be cognizant of that and just do what you can. The point is to just get a little bit of movement going in the morning. So
It's just this.
Yep, we're starting with that, and then I'll stop the music, and then we'll do our next exercise. Thank you. I think this is the right song. I'm kind of second guessing myself now.
Don't do that.
I know. Bad things happen when I do that. Oh, I'm actually glad that I second guessed myself because that was the wrong song. We're doing Bob Dylan for this one, not Van Morrison. Also, if anyone wants to play a little bit of Name That Tune while we're going through this, you're more than welcome to type into the chat. Does anyone know what that first song was? I bet a lot of people do. But do you know who it's by? That's something that people may or may not know. Robert's cheering you on. I think we've got some more chats. Oh, okay. All right. I think I got our song ready. So we're going to be starting here and then going up and down. Up and down. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him on man? How many seas must a white dove sail before so we're going to move on to a different exercise for the next section of the song. So kind of stretch that out a little bit if you're feeling it in your shoulders, which you might be. The next one, we're going to be doing some bicep curls. If you have something nearby you that has a little bit of weight, then you can grab that, maybe a book, or Eric's grabbing my speaker. This works. And you have a few options. You can alternate arms. So since he has one thing that he's holding, so you grab the remote. That works too. You know, very very appropriate for seated exercise here. So you can grab one item and curl up with that item, and then switch hands, and then curl up with the other hand. Or you can grab two like weighted items and use those. Or you can just do regular body weight. One thing that Eric suggested yesterday is that if you're really kind of flexing and like giving yourself a little bit more, and you can even resist yourself. If you are flexing and you're trying to resist yourself, you'll still be able to do get some good exercise from that as well. All right, so we'll start with that, and I won't be able to do that at all, really. Oh, no. Just like the other one. So, up and down. Up and down. Yes, and how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. So going back to what I was talking about earlier with the three major musical elements that are at play here, I was utilizing the upper part of the auto harp because this is a smaller movement. We're using a smaller muscle group than we are whenever we're doing this movement. So I'm kind of mimicking that or enhancing that, supporting that on the auto harp with the range that I was using on the instrument. Okay, and the last one was, reach outs. Okay, so this one is, I can do a little bit of with you, but you're going to be reaching out with your arms and then extending with your core as well. And then you're going to be pulling back and then back past center as just a little bit, not too far. Again, like keep your body in mind. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Eric. You're awesome. So keep your body in mind. You're the expert in you. If you have a back injury, if you have other, like if something just doesn't feel right, you know, do what's best for you. All right. So we're gonna go out and back. Out and back. Yes, sir. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. You were like really working there.
Yeah.
Could hear you. All right, so if you need to stretch out, take a moment to do that. We're going to be moving back to our legs now. So what song and artist was that? Does anyone know? Surely a lot of people know, but go ahead and type it in. It's just people who've joined, I think, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Unless someone wrote earlier that I didn't see.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we've got some Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. You got it. Your cousin.
Yep. Good job, Maddie.
Yeah. Yay, Maddie. And your mom got it too. On Instagram. Eric's family is very supportive. So they're a lot of them from even as far as North Carolina are logging in to watch these videos. So I am very, very grateful for that.
You're okay, Storm.
Thane, you're in a very precarious position for the next exercise. He's right at our feet, like almost laying on our feet. So he's not going to be pleased once we start our next our next exercise. Yes, and we'll be alternating legs too. So, okay. Okay. So we are going to be doing leg lifts next. So you're really just going to be extending from the knee straight upward. And if you would like, yeah, that's probably just the best way to go about it. So this is really going to focus on your upper leg muscles and into your hips, maybe a little bit of lower back too. So again, keep you're the expert in you and keep you in mind. So up and down and alternate up and down. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and around, hey, skipping and jumping in the misty morning fog where our hearts are thumping, and you, brown-eyed girl, you're my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to Tuesday so slow, going down the old line with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight, laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. You're my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la La ti da. to sing. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-tira. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-tira. 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 La-tira. 4, 3, 2, and last one. If you're like me and your hips are feeling it a little bit, you can like move around, stretch. We'll be doing a little bit more stretching before we wrap up, but if you need to stretch in between songs too, feel free to do so. What song was that? Oh, Robert was already ready to go. Brown Eyed Girl. Yep. Who's it by?
Who isn't it by?
That's true. I mean, I guess depending on what genre you've listened to, you might have a different answer. Some of my ska friends might say Real Big Fish.
Yep.
What are we doing now?
Was it the shoulder rolls?
No, but you jog my memory. We're doing that.
Oh yeah.
Obliques. Yeah. Okay. Oh, more comments coming in. Van Morrison. Yes. Yeah. Robert and Amy got it. And then, yep, Cindy got it on Instagram too. Yay!
So, here.
Okay, so this next... The dogs really want to be part of the video too, so please forgive them. They don't realize that they can't quite do exercises the same way that we can. They're trying though. So this next one, it's going to be easier for you because this bench is a little bit too wide. I'll give you a little more room. The next exercise we're going to be doing is an oblique, oblique exercise, I guess would be the word. Yep. So what Eric is doing, he is just bending directly to the side from his waist. So one thing that you can think about is trying to reach down towards your ankle with your arm, with your hand, and being really careful not to like lean forward and down or back and down, because that's whenever you can get some injuries. And also this is one that can be a little bit hard on the back too, so keep that in mind. And with all Stormy has something to say. With all of these exercises, only do what's going to work for you. If this is going to be a good movement for you, just that far, by all means. You don't have to go further. Eric is an overachiever, and I know that he's going to try to do like the full motion the whole time. So he's kind of he's the one to work up to, but don't feel like you have to do exactly what he is doing if that is extending your if that's extending your ability. Wayne says, "Why aren't you done yet?"
Go lie down, Brad. Okay, right here. That's it. Can you sit for me? Or not? Okay. He'll be there.
Okay. Make sure I've got all our... Yeah. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
So... And... Desmond has a job in we went the same direction, and then I started in the wrong key and everything. So we're gonna start that again. There we go. I got the key now. Okay, we are good. Okay, so side. Is that?
Yep.
I'll just let you do it.
Okay.
Okay. So, side or up, down and up.
Down and up.
Let's do that. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Barrel in the face. Molly is the singer in a band. Jasmine says to Molly, girl, I like your face. And Molly says she takes him by the hand. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. Jasmine takes a trolley to the jewelry store. Buys a 20-karat golden takes it back to Molly waiting at the door, and he runs into a tree against her. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Blah, 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 that life goes on. I didn't give you a count off on that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So that's a little bit of a tougher exercise. So we didn't do that one quite as long. It's also getting hot in here. I feel like it's warming up, and that kind of leads me to our next song and our next exercise. So who was that, and what song was that? After I finally got into the right key. Yeah,
I think that Instagram is just a new. Oh, there's one. The
Beatles, Obladi. Yep.
Yep. I think
that was your mom. Yep.
Facebook's got a post, and Robert's got it too.
Yep. We've got a great Name That Tune team here. If we ever need it, you know. Okay, so like I said, it's getting kind of warm in here, and we're.
I can't see who that is, but someone else on Instagram got it.
Oh, sweet! I can't really see.
It doesn't help that it's sideways.
Yeah.
If you see us turning our heads like that,
it's Instagram. We're not just being
everything's
weird.
Sideways.
Yes, thank you for that. I probably should have said that like 4 days ago whenever I started this. Okay, so the sun is coming out here in Colorado, or at least where we're at in Colorado.
Yep.
So this is going to be a time for you to stretch out what we just worked on. Also stretch out anything that is feeling, you just need to stretch. Feel free to stand up, and Eric's going to be doing some of his own stretches. If you need some ideas, or if you aren't sure exactly what to stretch, then you can look over to him. I'm just going to be providing some music kind of out of time, so don't feel like you need to follow what I'm doing necessarily. Again, if you need some ideas, he'll be stretching too, and we'll take a moment after that to do a little bit of breathing, and then we'll wrap up. once my song loads. Okay, so here is your stretching song. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Stormy is concerned about Eric's stretching. She wants to check it out, make sure he's okay. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. So what song was that? It feels like an eternity whenever we're waiting for like comments. It takes approximately.
Looks like Mom's got it.
Yep, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Yep, she's on a roll.
Yes, she is.
I think she and Robert are gonna have to go head to head. Okay, we're gonna do one more song, and feel free to continue stretching through this. But if you would like, oh, I've got some other comments. And Maddie too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go head to head, all three of them. We've all got them, I think. Got them all at least so far. So feel free to continue stretching. Also, if you would like to take kind of a mindful moment, focus on your breathing, focus on the music, you can close your eyes, just kind of start visualizing your day, visualizing what you want your day to look like. We'll be playing another pretty uplifting song. And then we will wrap up after that. the things that you've done. If your life was back to you, just think what tomorrow will do. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. All I want is to see you smile. If it takes just a little while. I know you don't believe that it's true. Never meant any harm to you. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. Ooh, don't you look back. 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 So thank you everyone for joining us. Feel free to type in the chat. Well, Robert's already got it. He was ready to go. Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. Yes. And oh, I got some of your mom's favorites apparently all throughout.
Perfect.
Now you know.
I mean, I know for now.
Thank you for joining us today. Also, just a reminder, we are doing these groups. We're trying to do twice a day for at least through March 31st. We will see how much longer this whole quarantine stuff goes. We are not able to see clients face to face right now, doing music therapy with Rocky Mountain Music Therapy. So we have a donation PayPal that is written on the board behind me. I'll move in a moment. Or actually, I'll just move right now. No, that didn't help. This way. Here we go. Okay. It's really hard to look at yourself in a screen and then figure out which direction is which. It's very disorienting, to be honest. So this is our PayPal link there if you feel so inclined and you feel like you have benefited from our videos, from our content, or you feel like someone else has benefited from them. Please consider going to the website, and Stormy is demonstrating for you too, where like the website you can go to. And please consider going there and dropping us a donation. The link is also in the description of this video. We also have it in the descriptions of our other videos. Even if you can't provide a donation or you're not so inclined to do that, that's okay. If you feel like shares are really beneficial too, likes, comments, the more that we can get these videos out there, the better. The more people are that can see them, the better. Turns out that Facebook is apparently changing their settings, so we can't invite as many people as we were the last couple of days. Like, this is literally just changed last night, I figured out, as I was trying to invite people to this video, and that's really unfortunate because I think that Facebook is trying to take advantage of some of the people who are just trying to get by some of these small businesses and stuff. So anyway, take a look at that website, and thank you for tuning in today. Once again, this instrument, not a lot of people really know what it is. This is called an auto harp. It was made popular by June Carter Cash, so Johnny Cash's wife. And it used to be a lot more popular in like country western, steel guitar, sort of like table steel guitar sort of instrumentation, and yeah, it's a pretty cool instrument, pretty versatile. We use it fairly regularly in music therapy. And yeah, your mom got the song too. Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. One of my favorites. I love Stevie Nicks. I went as her for Halloween a couple of years ago, and she's kind of my fallback Halloween like person, cosplay type. Just love her. I think she's so cool. Anyway, so this is an auto harp, and again, we utilized patterned sensory enhancement today, which is a neurologic music therapy technique. We a lot of times just we go by the acronym PSE, and it utilizes three major music. Oh geez, oh Bane, he almost knocked over my coffee. Sorry, buddy, I was in the way of your water. I'm sorry. Utilizes three major music elements. So force, rhythmic, and dynamic cues, or temporal cues. Sorry. There's different words for some of these things too. So like they mean the same thing, but multiple words for it. And so we use those cues in different ways for different movements to enhance the movement, which is the patterned sensory enhancement. So patterned being, the movement is being done over and over again. Again, this is usually in a rehabilitation setting, but not necessarily. Whenever I worked at the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Fort Logan, I always led a music and movement group at least once a week, and this was in the regular rotation because they have a pretty sedentary lifestyle there, being on a locked unit. And so I would do things like this to encourage their movement and show them safe movements that they could do just like in their bedroom and stuff like that. Because when people think exercise, they often think that they need, this whole weight set, or they need to do push-ups, or they need to do this or that. But it's not really like that. You can just move your body in ways that make sense for you, even sitting down. So that was our goal for today too. Yeah, again, like, share, check out our donation PayPal, and we will have another video this evening at 6 o'clock. I think I'm potentially doing that one too. I'm not sure. I need to look at our schedule, and I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing for that, but tune in at that time, and somebody will be doing something from Rocky Mountain Music Therapy. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.